Welcome back, baseball fans, as we continue this Legends in the Making playthrough as the St. Louis Cardinals, where we are revisiting baseball history as we go from 1921 up to 2025. We are in the seasons. We're going to be playing 1929 and 1930 this time. To start off, a little bit of information about one of our players, Wilson Rivas. I wanted to check this guy out. 34 home runs for us this last season. 15 in 1925, a slump in between. So I want to see a little bit about this guy. 23, I'm hoping he continues. So apparently he started as a teenager. So he's a Negro Leagues player, played for 17 years, started with the Indianapolis ABCs, Cleveland Browns. His nickname was Frog, Wilson Frog Rivas. That's fun. Look at this, 5'5", not very big guy, but he was apparently quite the slugger, got triples as well. He was an all-star in the Negro Leagues. He bounced around several different teams. He became a manager later on as well, but apparently this guy was quite a player from what I see. From the little bit I've done researching on him and just kind of looking up, he's behind, like at one point, I think it was in the 1930s, around 33. We don't have any of his real life stats, but let me check real quick. It was in 1932, 1933, somewhere in there. He hit home runs he was fifth behind three future Hall of Famers, Josh Gibson, Oscar Charleston, and Jabo Andrews. And so these guys, I mean, we're beating him, but this guy's competing with the best of the best. And so I'm interested to see how this guy's going to shape up and what he'll do, because again, he was two-time All-Star in the Negro Leagues. He did lead the RBIs in 1928. Maybe that's why he had such a massive year for us this season with the 34 home runs. We'll find out. But we finished second last season. We are about to jump into the player draft and see what it has for us. We're in 15th here. If we look at the draft central, we are projected to pick Ralph Burkhofer, who had just a short major league career, and I don't think we want him. The draft pipeline, that's interesting that they still have these guys in here. But I don't see any huge. Guy Walker was drafted last time, did not sign. So I don't really know that we're going to see much as far as this draft goes. We'll see who our first pick is and then move on from there. So let's see who's the first pick overall. Lefty Goofy Gomez, going to the Yankees, which he played for real life, I believe. Tommy Bridges, Zeke Benura, G. Walker with Phillies, Bob Johnson. So let's go ahead and jump ahead. Debs Tex Garms. That's a fantastic name. So Bob Klinger is who they're looking at us for. We could use some pitching help. He had an okay career, not until late 1930s, so that's 10 years away. Who is out here that could maybe... I mean, there's nothing here. I don't know any of these players. There's no... Oh, wow. This is going to be a thin class. John Nigling is a knuckleballer. Don't know this guy. St. Louis Browns. During World War II, when he's facing not as good of opposition. So I guess we'll go with Klinger and see what happens. All right, we're going to jump ahead. There's no reason to prolong this thing and watch more of players we don't know, and we'll see who we end up with. Here we are, opening day, 1929, taking on the Cincinnati Reds. Lefty Grove is going to be leading our rotation this season. After a fine year last year, 23 wins, 215 strikeouts, leading the league. Smokey Joe Williams at 43 still looks like an outstanding pitcher. Andy Cooper, our 31-year-old we traded for from the Yankees, is then Luis Tiant. So we have three lefties up here. Too bad we're not facing Babe Ruth in our league. I think we could shut him down. We're going to have Oscar Charleston leading us off in right field again. Wilson Rivas is getting the start. He is going to be trading time with Fats Jenkins again. Lou Gehrig's ready to go in third. Hack Wilson backing him up in fourth. Jimmy Dykes is set to have a good year. Hopefully Jimmy Bottomley. We're going to put at catcher with his experiment. I keep trying to trade him, but we can't get anything good back for him, so We can't let him not be in the lineup, though. Dave Malacher, because of his defense, and he gets on base. And then Joe Cronin will hopefully have his breakout year instead of batting 196 like he did last season. As far as the Hall of Fame voting results, Clark Griffith and Fred Clark made it. Joe Jackson, Shoeless Joe just out. Again, we don't have any of our players really that we had. I don't think Smokey Joe would. Yeah, he wasn't. So we haven't seen any of those yet. Top 100 prospects, Chuck Klein, George Selkirk, Lefty Gomez, Ray Prim, Carl Hubble, who somehow still has not got a major league debut. I wonder would they even consider? Yeah, they're probably not. Zeke Bonura, I don't know that name. Oh, he had a career, though. Lon Warnicki, Johnny Allen, Paul Derringer, and Dixie Walker. So those are the top prospects. We're hoping we can pull this out. Satchel Paige, I looked him because I try every year to try to trade for him. He's hurt 4 to 5 months. So he is unfortunately out, and he will be missed. We're going to see if the Babe can have a big year. We're going to see if Gehrig, after his 400 year last year, how can he do? His contact dropped for some reason. So I wonder if in 29 he struggled at the plate. Yeah, from 374 to 300. We'll see how he does, and if he bounces back, I'm sure he'll be just fine. But hopefully we can take first this time. The pitching can be there. The defense can be there. I like this team. The reason why Fats Jenkins, you'll see here, Fats Jenkins, he looks like he'll be back to his 370 ways. But again, him and Reedus, it's just back and forth, back and forth. So they will be rotating a lot. And we'll see who emerges. But let's jump ahead to July and see how the season gets started. We've been off to slow starts. We're hoping for a faster start, but we'll see how these stars, what stats we see being thrown out there. Here we are, July 1st, 3.5 games behind the Boston Braves, who, again, without Satchel Paige, have turned it around. They finally are clicking. Charlie Smith and Turkey Stearns are both 415. Turkey Stearns is one of the Negro League players also that was a big-time hitter, and it's cool seeing how he's doing. We've seen his name pop up several times. Lefty Grove is having an amazing year for us. The rest of the pitching staff, not all that great. So it's going to be interesting to see what we can put together. We might move Yule to the starting rotation somewhere. The hitting is doing fine. Batting average isn't great, but we're getting on base. We're scoring runs. We're hitting home runs. We don't run the ball a lot. Our ERA is fine. Our defensive efficiency is not as bad as it could be with Jim Bottomley there, but he's hitting the ball so well. I know he's coming, he's not the best at catcher, but maybe we need to make the change. I don't know. So Washington Senators barely leading the Tigers. We have Bill Terry hitting .432. Babe Ruth, 16 home runs. He's consistently up there. 70 RBI. Is this a year he's going to get to 40 finally? I don't know about that. We have Charlie Root, Carl Hubble. He is getting the start, and he is doing phenomenal. Jack Quinn, Hubble's leading in wins. Charlie Root again. Bill Foster. Dazzy Vance, no surprise there. Strikeouts. Bill Foster's challenging him. And then Jake Scott is in saves. On the National League side, Charlie Smith. We saw the two Boston guys. Hack Wilson's leading home runs, followed by Gehrig, whose average is way down, but he's still getting on base. He's still crushing the ball. Hack Wilson is having a fantastic season, slugging .602, leading in RBIs. Well, Jimmy Dykes is up there, finally really at 32, emerging. Gehrig's in third. Kyler's still in bases, 25. We aren't seeing the big-time steals right now. Earned run average, Waddy Clark, then Lefty Grove, then Bullet Rogan. Still doing his thing. His batting stats, how's he doing? He had 6 home runs last season. Man, we should have got that guy. Where else we at? Strikeouts, Lefty Grove is leading. Bullet Rogan is still there. And then Smokey Joe Williams still with his work. Is he hitting the ball well? He doesn't hit the ball that great, so he just wins. So we're going to hope some things change. Again, we might make some changes to the rotation or the defense. Bottomley is killing us at catcher, but we have Gehrig and him. I want to play him somewhere. And everybody else is hitting the ball well too. So we'll see what we can put together here, and hopefully we can get in position going into the pennant race in September. Well, summer's been rough. We were as far as 10.5 back. We've clawed our way back to 6. We've had some injuries take place where we have had Oscar Charleston, who was off to a great start, 10 home runs, 344 average. He's been out for a long time. Dave Malacher is also out for 8 months. He was having a good year. So Leo DeRocher's in there. We did move Bottomley to right field. He's doing better there, I think. Our defense is doing a little bit better. We do have Clarence Palm. He's been hitting great, so that's why we were able to move him there. Again, we don't know what he's going to be year to year, so it's going to be interesting. The pitching's struggling. Everybody's struggling kind of in pitching. So, but if you'll notice, strikeouts, WAR, we're doing just fine. Our starters ERA is second, and runs against we're second. So we just aren't putting the runs together at the right time. First in runs scored, second in runs against, yet we're in third place. When we look at the standings, you've got Mel Ott already leading the league in home runs. Babe Ruth's 35. He's finally hit his stride. He might get to 40. Bill Terry's hitting 408. Charlie Smith is hitting 400. Turkey Stern's right behind him, but the Brooklyn Robins are catching up. Is Pat Page back yet? He is not. He's out one more week. He'll be back just in time to try to lead him over. Jimmy Fox has 109 RBI. He's doing his thing. Gehrig is up here, 23 home runs again, but down year. Lefty Grove is going for, he's trying to get the Triple Crown, 2.94 ERA. He's got that by strikeouts he should have, 20 lead, but Lefty Grove and Bullet Rogan are fighting it out for the wins. That's going to be a little bit tighter. Over in the American League, Carl Hubble is leading in wins and earned run average, but he doesn't have the strikeouts. He's in second, but he is almost there as well. So we got 2 potential pitching Triple Crown winners as we get down this stretch run. Hopefully we can get into the World Series. It's going to be tight. Detroit's trying to hold off the Senators, but the Red Sox are out of it. We at least have 3 teams that have a shot, and we will see how the rest shakes up as we go through September into October. Well, somehow, thanks to an 11-game winning streak in the middle of the month, we snuck our way into first. We were as far up as 4 games, and we slipped back. Boston Braves almost came back to catch us. Satchel Paige did get to pitch, but it wasn't enough to pull them over the line. Gehrig caught fire, jumping from 299 to 320. He had an outstanding year. Lefty Grove almost reaching 30 wins. We were able to put it together. Everything just kind of fell into place without Oscar Charleston even. Shockingly, and Malacher out, we still did our thing. And for the first time, we've had Lefty Grove winning the pitching Triple Crown, barely beating out Bullet Rogan. In the American League, Carl Hubble just falling short in both ERA and strikeouts, not too far off. The Babe ended up with a 40 home run season again finally. Bill Terry ended up with a 401 average. And in the National League, Hack Wilson leading the league in home runs. Gary goes right up there. And 396 for Charlie Smith. Just missed out, just like his Boston Braves just missed out on this World Series. So the Tigers are the ones that are going to be playing. It hasn't been that long. I mean, they did win the championship in 1927, and they were in the playoffs our World Series last year. We've been out for a while. We missed in 27 and 28, but both times we've made it, we have won. So we're going to see if we can continue that streak as we go. And Lefty Grove is going to be leading off against Carl Hubble, the 2 ace pitchers from the 2 leagues. This is going to be a heck of a matchup. We do get the win. Lefty Grove outdueled him 4 strikeouts. Carl Hubble, 4.5 ERA. So Cool Papa. Oh, they have Cool Papa Bell. When did he show up? Back in 1922. He has not been. Interesting there, because I'm surprised he hasn't shown up more with that speed. Let's add him to our short list. We might have to reach out and try to get him. It'd be nice to have him on our team, actually, as we start to have to transition. Okay, Smokey Joe Williams leading us to a victory. Another great one. Hack Wilson and Fats Jenkins both have 2 home runs. Jenkins, he did get a lot more playing time, hitting 344. Andy Cooper leads us to another victory. 10-3. And now let's see if Tiant, and a sweep of the Tigers. Well done, Luis Tiant. All the pitchers did their jobs. 8-3, 10-3, 6-3, 4-3. Hack Wilson was the World Series MVP. So excellent job, excellent season. Finish him off. Let's see what the draft pool is going to look like for this year. All right, let's take a check and look at the draft pool. Johnny Mize, Hank Greenberg, Josh Gibson, Dizzy Dean, Luke Appling, Dutch Leonard. Oh, we've got ourselves a lineup. Unfortunately, we're going to be picking at the back of it. The mock draft has us taking Billy Werber, Greenberg and Medwick and Mize, and Gibson is one. We're going to add him to our short list. Want to definitely follow him and see how he does. Oh, there is a great set of potential here. Wow. Cy Blanton as well. Joe Medwick. This is where we're getting some big-time players entering into the league. Unfortunately, there's going to be a lot that we don't have a shot to get. But we'll see. So let's jump ahead to the awards. It's time for the draft. We also see Wally Gerber's retiring. He had a fine career. Again, we're starting in 1921. He hit 300 for us a couple times. He served us well. Ended up with 1,000 hits. Only 8 home runs, 480 RBI. So by no means is he going to make it to the Hall of Fame, but he did win 3 world titles with us. Thank you for that, Wally. We appreciate your time and your service. Let's check out the award winners real quick before we jump into the draft. See if we see any familiar names popping up. AL, Wahlberg, Mickey Cochran again, Harvey Hendrick, Rabbit Marinville again, Willie Wells again. In the NL, we got Andy Cooper. We get us one. Some new names here. Dick Lundy is showing up again. Mel Ott getting his second one. Reliever of the year goes to Jack Russell. Fred Hymek gets the one in the NL. Platinum Stick Award winners, Wahlberg, Cochran, Bill Terry at 400. He hit 400? I don't remember seeing that. This is the AL one. That's right. Rogers Hornsby getting another one. Judd Wilson, Travis Jackson, Al Simmons, Reynolds, Babe Ruth in right field. Finally hitting 40. What's he up to in his total? He is up to 375. So far cry from his real stats. In the NL, Red Ruffing, Tom Young, Gary getting his fourth one. Well done, Gary. Rap Dixon, Charlie Smith, Turkey Stearns, Rick Stevenson. We were offered him in some trades, but they were wanting quite a bit for him, and it was just something we couldn't do. Carl Hubble wins the Rookie of the Year, beating out Chuck Klein, who also had a great year. Wow, 32 home runs, 335 average. Roy Johnson, Irv Brame gets 1 vote. In the AL, we don't care about the Skipper of the Year. Hubble, a unanimous Cy Young Award. I'm going to guess Lefty Grove unanimous as well. Did any of our other guys get some votes? Andy Cooper did, and Smokey Joe Williams still doing it. Wow. I hope he can pitch again, continue to. Hubble gets the MVP over Bill Terry. And then Charlie Smith gets it. I'm shocked that Lefty Grove didn't get more than that. Hack Wilson beat him out. Lou Gehrig beat him out. Wow. That's surprising to me. He led in runs and hits and triples and average. Okay, well, it was deserved. So let's jump to the player draft. Let's see who goes when. Ooh, I already know we're not going to get the guys that we want, but we'll find out. Who's going first? Joe Medwick. Josh Gibson went to Cleveland. Then we get Johnny Mize, Dizzy Dean, Cy Blanton. This has to be Greenberg, right? Hammer and Hank Greenberg, Cincinnati. Who's Chicago taking? Dutch Leonard. Luke Appling still out there. Until right there, old Aches and Pains Appling. Great name. Oh, goodness. Frank Damari. Clay. Who do they want? Denny Galehouse. Slider, curveball, changeup, fastball. He was pitched around a little bit. success during World War II. We are going to need some pitching help. We need a little bit of everything. Eventually, these guys that we have are going to wear out. George McQuinn is out there. We don't need a first baseman, though. Charleston is actually trying to move to first base. They want him to, but he's going to stay out. His outfield range is now bad. His pitching defense is great, but he just can't pitch. So we're going to be hurting there. Jim Bottomley, unfortunately, can't play really out in the outfield either, but he can't play first base along with that. So we don't need a first baseman. We do have Hack Wilson still, Wilson Reedus, Fats Jenkins, DeRocher, Joe Cronin has emerged, Jimmy Dykes. Yeah, I mean, we just don't need a catcher and we don't need a first baseman. Everything else we could use. So I guess we will go with Denny Galehouse. He's 3.5-star potential. Bob Brown is out there. He really has a great changeup. That changeup I feel like will get crushed. All right, let's get Denny Galehouse. And then let's jump ahead to the end of the draft. Let's see what the offseason does, and then we'll wrap up and recap as we go. Opening day, 1930. Starting off against the Chicago Cubs. We've made quite a few changes in the offseason. Let's start with the Hall of Fame results. Shoeless Joe Jackson barely getting his 5th year. Well done, Shoeless Joe. Luderhouse, some Casey Stengel. Didn't get a single vote. Sorry, Casey. So we did do some trades, like I said. We got Nick Stanley, a pitcher who is right now in the minor leagues for us. We don't know much about him because he was a Negro League pitcher for a long time. So I want to see what he does. We gave away Butch Henline because he refused to be demoted. And instead, we wanted to bring up Al Lopez, who is one who we hope will start to break through eventually. He's only 21. I'd rather him play as our backup catcher than Henline. So I thought, why not get a young pitcher, see if we can get anything for him as well. We also traded away Hack Wilson. That's right. But that's because I'm afraid he's kind of peaking here in the next year or two. Now, this could come back to bite us, but we got a younger, cool Papa Bell who gives us more speed. He gives us defense, flexibility. He can get on base. So I'm hoping this pans out. He hasn't had a shot to really start many games, but he's going to start for us. So that's going to be exciting. We also traded for Newt Allen, who's going to be at second base for us. He's an excellent defender. We're going to see what he can do. Again, I think he was a Negro League player. He's been great so far overall for Cincinnati. So we traded away Billy Herman. That one is going to hurt, I think. He was a successful Cub player, but I'm hoping we get some more now. And, good luck to him. I think he's going to do well, but I want to see right now how Newt would do. LD Livingston, I don't think we're losing anything here, but we don't know. He wasn't getting any playing time for us, though. Leo DeRocher, an average player. He's been struggling with us. Spades Wood, again, we don't really know what we're getting from him. He didn't play much. And then Bob Klinger. So, it could come back to bite us, but I think it's going to help us win at the moment. Top 100 prospects, Dizzy Dean. We don't have any of these because we haven't been drafting early enough. So that's pretty much why. And with that the lineup, we got Cool Papa Bell, Joe Cronin. Looks like he's ready to really take off. Lou Gehrig, again, is ready to go. Oscar Charleston's moving to 4th with that power stroke, hopefully staying healthy. Fats Jenkins is in the lineup again. Newt Allen, Clarence Palm, who had a great year last year. Dave Malicher is hurt for 4 more days, but he'll be back soon enough. We do have Wilson Reedus ready to go to help back up some of the men as well. And we've got Lefty Grove, Smokey Joe Williams at 44 still going. Andy Cooper and Luis Tiant. We are thin on pitching. We are going to need to make some changes for pitchers. We don't have anybody back here that can do that. We're going to move Ray Blade up here, though, now that I think about it. Next, Stanley, we're hoping can turn into one of those pitchers that we need. And so we are going to jump ahead to July. Here we are on July 1st, 1930. We are 3 games up. somehow it feels like we've been doing poorly with pitching, but we're not doing all that bad. Our defense has been great this season for a change. We did trade Jim Bottomley. I think it was for Cool Papa Bell. No, that was Hack Wilson. I don't remember who we traded Bottomley. Oh no, we still have Bottomley. That's right. He's just not. We're not playing him this time, which is why our defense is doing better. He's not getting the playing time, sadly, but that's because Gehrig doesn't need to seed it with betting 376. Cool Papa Bell has been doing his job. He is 59 runs, 98 hits. He's on pace for 123 and 204 there. He's got 5 home runs, 43 RBI. He is on base at a 414 on base percentage. He's doing his job. He's doing what we hoped he would do. As far as the standings go, the Senators are 4.5 up on the Browns. We're 3 up. Lindstrom, Suttles is showing back up there. For batting average, Mel Ott and home runs, Chuck Hafey, Freddie Lindstrom. We don't have anybody up here, but we're winning games. So there we go. And if you'll notice, earned run average, Andy Cooper, Lefty Grove, Lefty Grove, Lefty Grove. He's got a shot at another Triple Crown. That's crazy. And in the American League, George Watkins, Bill Terry showing back up at 420. Wow. Martin Dihigo, we have added him to the short list. Immortal. We might take a look at him in the next episode because he's a fascinating player. Al Simmons, Harry Hellman, Diego Dihigo again is leading. I mean, he's making a run for the Triple Crown. Where has he been? He just didn't get a chance to play the last 2 years, but man, we should have swooped in the last 2 years. Maybe we could have got him. As far as pitching, Red Faber, Bill Foster, Hubble, no Dazzy Vance there this time. Interesting. So that's where we stand as we go through to September. Here we come to the stretch run, 6.5 back. Are up, sorry, but we know that can be closed. I want to check it on Satchel. Old Satch, not doing as well, as dominant as I would have thought. Smokey Joe Williams is slowing down as well at 44. Time is catching up with him. Gehrig's having another great year. We don't have the power numbers in this season, but we are scoring runs still at second, and our defense is carrying us through. Bottomley's not in. That could be one reason we don't have as many of the power numbers. Gehrig's down as far as it goes, and I don't even see the Babe up here. Is he? No, he's not Detroit. He was... Oh, Washington. That's right. They changed. So 25 home runs. He's not doing bad. He has passed... Oh, he's exactly at 400 home runs. So... not putting up the prolific numbers. It's going to be interesting as we dive into the stats on the next episode. So let's wrap up the pennant race and see if we can make it to the World Series. Well, we held them off 4 games. Let's take a look. Bill Terry wins the batting title. Lou Gehrig wins the batting title as well. And with the RBI, he just crushed it. Cool Papa Bell getting his 3rd place. First time somebody showing up in the stolen bases for us. Gehrig looks like he's got a good shot of winning the MVP again. Lefty Grove wins in strikeouts. Didn't quite get there in ERA, but he's probably going to win the Cy Young. Bill Terry, Hack Wilson did have another monster year. Oops. But he did it for the Yankees, who ended up 69 and 85, 25 games behind. So unfortunately for him, he did not have the team around him. Al Simmons had a monster season. Where are we at? Babe Ruth, only 33 home runs. Again, just, good for the time, but still not a standout. Bill Foster, Red Faber, Dolly Gray, Carl Hubble again. So, hi, Bell. That's a great name. So let's see how we do in the playoffs against the Senators. They have made 4 trips to the playoffs, have yet to win. They haven't been to it since 1924. Hopefully we can keep that losing streak going as we've been doing much better. Look at our all-time record. We got a ways to go to get our record up there. How bad were we before we took over? Okay, so let's see how things start off. We should be sending Lefty Grove to the mound. I'm not as confident in this one. Oh, we're sending Andy Cooper to the mound. Why are we sending Andy Cooper and not Lefty Grove? He is rested. We are going to send Lefty Grove to the mound. There we go. Hopefully it does. And it didn't backfire. 6 strikeouts, shut him down, 1 run. How's Joan Cronin doing? 311. Not bad. 88 RBI. Oh, Cooper barely lost out on that one. Let's see if Smokey Joe. We're keeping him in. He's been struggling. But is he wily enough? He was not. And Alexander is still with us as well and loses. Dave Malicher is out for 7 months. There's no reason to make a change. 5 games to 4. Or 5 to 4. It's 2-2. Or we're down. What are we down? 3 games to 2. And we just lost the Senators. Get their first one. 6-5. We lost lots of close games. Lots of close games. So we gave it a good shot. Judd Wilson picking up the MVP. And with that, we are going to wrap up this season, the 1929-1930 seasons. And we are going to come back next time, take a look at this draft pool, and also take a look at the stats, the career stats, and see how they stack up to the career leaders in real life, and find out where we stand and where things are similar and where things are starting to veer off. Hope you're enjoying it, and join us back on the next episode.